Do you know why you should track your expenses, even by the week? Hey, Jason here. If you're new to the channel, I've been an expat/nomad for 10 years. I am now on my fourth country, third continent, here in the southern region of Africa in Lusaka, Zambia. Now, one of the things I've started doing is sharing what I've learned along this 10-year journey, and also just sharing some of the opportunities that exist here in case you're thinking about becoming an expat or already one. So let's get into today's topic, which is day 5 of the 30-day challenge, the 2 goals that we should be focused on: financial literacy and financial freedom. The whole purpose of this 30-day challenge is to help push you to start programming in your subconscious mind better money habits. And hopefully that it'll help you actually be able to reach your dream and whatever your financial freedom looks like. So let's go ahead and get into today's topic, which is tracking your expenses. Now you may be like, Jason, you've already talked about this. You talked about budgeting. Hey, how you doing? Lune Katin. How you doing? Hope I said that right. I hope I didn't butcher it. But yes, I've talked about budgeting and everything, but you need to not only know your monthly expenses, you should know your daily expenses, and you should know your weekly expenses. Today, we are focusing on the weekly expenses. The reason why it is important, things come up. There's always something that can come up. There may be something this week you want to do, and next week you don't want to do. I'm doing great, thank you. Also, if you're here on YouTube and if you want to be able to communicate live with me, make sure you follow me on TikTok at Jason Chaney 777. And if you're on TikTok and you want to just see the replay, just go to Jason Chaney 777 on YouTube. I'm actually filming both at the same time. And so because you want to actually know your expenses, things change. Like if you ever heard of Murphy's Law and stuff like that, it's not really true. The thing is, we do not really understand our daily habits, our weekly habits, and our monthly habits. Some months you may spend more money. Some weeks you may spend more money. Some weeks you may not, and some months you may not. Like for me, when it's around Christmas time, I do not spend a lot of money. Actually, up from, let's say, October all the way up to Christmas time, I do not spend a lot of money. I usually do not start really spending money again on things until usually around March or April, so maybe February, depending on where I'm at. And the reason being is I know then most people have went broke for the holidays. So when I want to buy things, especially like cars and stuff like that, how I used to do in the US to get cars off Craigslist, I would wait until those times where people are spending a lot of money. And then I would get things deeply discounted, meaning, let's say if it's a car for $1,000 US, I'd be like, hey man, I got $500 cash right now. Do you want it? And most people are going to say yes. Now, am I feeding off of people's, Jimmy, how you doing, brother? Am I feeding or gaining off of people's financial literacy? Yes, I am. But that is how every company operates. Even when you're Black Friday is usually, or Black Week, how they call it here on the continent, it's just a way for them to sell stuff that is outdated to make space for new inventory. They're not even giving you a great discount on it. If you really wanted to get those things at a great discount, wait until after New Year's, and you will see the exact same things about 75 to 80% off. But most people don't know that because most people feel like, I got to give my kids these presents. I got to do this. We've been so culturally tied to the tradition of spending money on things that are not real. At the end of the day, Christmas is not a real holiday. Valentine's Day is not a real holiday. It's like now they have Girlfriend's Day, Donut Day, Hot Dog Day. It's so many different holidays out there to get you to spend money. It doesn't even make sense. Like how many people for St. Patrick's Day are going to go get drunk and they're not even Irish? Like we have to start understanding these things are marketing campaigns. These things are not anything that's real. I'm not taking away from anybody's religion or belief system, but I'm saying the holiday of spending. You can still celebrate Christmas without buying gifts. You can purchase gifts afterwards. One of the things that I started doing a long time ago, I think it was about maybe 16, 17 years ago. I remember at that time with Cece and I, it was about 16, 17 years ago. Because when Cece and I, we were together for about a year or two at that time. And I just told her, I was like, look, man, I'm tired of wasting money on Christmas. these holidays don't mean anything to me. And she was like, yeah, she liked the holidays, but she started to understand like the just spending money on gifts was kind of pointless. And so we used to say, hey, let's just celebrate after Christmas. Let's celebrate in January. And we would buy presents around that time, get whatever each other want. And it was a fraction of the cost. It did not cost that much money. And a lot of people thought we were crazy at that time. Even when I stopped doing Thanksgiving tradition, which is a big, for the United States, it's where you eat a lot of food with your family and stuff like that. I don't know which holiday that will be similar to here on the continent, but for us, you're one person a host, or you go to different people's houses. And I remember the last time I did it, I was just like, dude, I'm tired of this. It was like a week of eating leftover food. I'm like, I'm tired of this. I was like, I spent all of this money for this fake holiday. And it's like, what am I doing it for? And so then we decided, we was like, look, if anybody wants to eat out with us, we are going to start going to a Thanksgiving 5-star dining buffet to where you go, you can eat all you want. And we was like, that way tomorrow we can eat whatever we want. You feeling forced to eat things that you don't want to keep eating for so many days. And then you're just throwing a lot of food away. I was like, this is just a lot of money being wasted. And the reason why I was starting to understand that is because I started tracking my expenses. And when I started tracking my expenses, I started seeing, oh, these are the peak times where I'm just wasting a lot of money. I'm not seeing any gains or benefits from it. And when I first started doing it, my family thought I was crazy. They was like, oh, y'all must be going through some financial troubles. Oh, this. And I was like, no, we're just tired of this tradition that isn't suiting us. And it was funny because like a year or 2 years later, my mom, she was like, I get why y'all stopped doing Thanksgiving dinners. She was like, I'm tired of doing this. And I was like, you can come out to eat with us for Thanksgiving. You don't have to do that anymore. And then when she came out with it, she was like, man, this is a real good tradition. And then we just went and ate and went and saw a movie. And that was just our theme that we started doing. We started living life on our terms. And one of the things that I like that Dave Ramsey teaches even to this day is you have to live like no one else so you can start living like no one else. And you have to start living your life like no one else. It's going to feel weird. I get it. When you start tracking your expenses, you start budgeting, you start disciplining yourself, you're saying no. When you're even letting people know, like, look, man, I don't have the money just to do these frivolous things anymore. People around you start getting a little judgmental. People around you start thinking you're changing, you're becoming uppity. But why do you not want to change, especially financially? Like people be saying like, oh, you changed. I'm like, thank you. Like, I want to change. I never want to be the same person. And I don't want people in my circle that are fine with being the same. Because that means you're being in a stuck place. Nothing in your life is improving. And like, you have to start thinking about it. Like, start tracking your expenses and start for next week. Today's Friday. I start my weeks on Sunday. If you started on Sunday, you can start it there. If you started on Monday, whatever day you start your week, start tracking all your expenses, because then you can start predicting what your monthly costs are. But then you can also start predicting, okay, this is the month. So next year around this month, this is how much money I'll spend. This is how I can do budgets up to 10 years, because I know each and every month how much my expenses are. And then I can look at each month for the years and I go like, okay, this is this one. So let me go just predict this out for so many months or so many years. And once you can start predicting out your money for so many years, hey, how you doing, Diane? Diane, I'm sorry. You can actually start seeing like, man, I do have a lot of money that comes in. Man, there is a lot of money I'm just sending to places that I'm wasting. And it's very crucial. If you talk to anyone that is being financially successful, they're going to tell you they track their expenses. They know how much money is coming out. They know where they need to circulate their money to. And so please start considering that. And if you don't believe me, follow John Hope Bryant. He's on Instagram. He's on X. He's on Threads. I don't know if he has a YouTube channel. I have to look and see. His podcast may be on YouTube. If it is, I'll let you know. But like he's a billionaire. He's a black billionaire. He has the most black-owned homes in Atlanta or in the United States than anyone else. He is someone that started out from homelessness and made it to multi-million to billionaire status. It wasn't an easy process, and he talks about a lot of these things. Start studying also people like Bob Proctor. Start studying people like Dave Ramsey. Start understanding these things. And I'm giving you some people to start out with because they teach things at a very, very basic level. The way they teach it is really good. And we got to start increasing our financial literacy. If we do not increase our financial literacy, we cannot change our financial situation. Like if you were on yesterday, how I was, hey, how you doing, Cedric? Like I was talking to people about, a lot of people don't understand the psychology around poverty. There's a psychology to it. And the sad truth is most black and brown people are falling for it because we don't realize the things that were really put in place by when they took away a lot of our freedoms. And this is not just Americans, this is blacks all around the world. When they took away our freedoms, they also took away a lot of the knowledge that we had. And then when they gave us the so-called freedoms that they gave us back, what they hid behind it was financial psychology that was to cripple us, to keep us actually in impoverished states. This is why now the whole world is up and opened up. And a lot of people do not know what to do. They don't know how to start earning extra money. A lot of people think always, oh, I need cash. I need cash. You don't need cash to start earning money. You need an idea first. Then from an idea, you need to start developing it. And then from developing it, you need to start putting things in place. It at the very last minute does it usually take cash. And now with artificial intelligence and the way technology is, you don't even need cash to start doing anything. Like when people are like, oh, I want to publish books. I'm like, self-publish. What are you waiting for? Write a book, print it out, and self-publish. But then they're like, oh, no, I can't do that. I need to go to this publishing house. You're not at that level to get that publishing house. But you can self-publish now. You can sell books on Amazon. You can sell things directly here on TikTok or YouTube. You can have a TikTok store. If you have enough followers here on YouTube, you can create a membership. You can be selling things through Patreon by having membership accounts, and then you're giving out different levels of content. Like there's so many different ways to sell things. You can create your own courses now. Even here on TikTok, there's a place for you to create your own courses. I'm thinking about putting up a couple of courses just to show you how to do it instead of just telling you that you can do it. It's so many different avenues to start creating money. Let's say if you're someone who went to accounting and you're having a hard time finding a job as an accountant, you can be yourself, your own accounting business. You can become an independent operator. And what do I mean about that is you can use artificial intelligence accounting software, go to different companies, publicly traded companies, get all of their financials off of the internet for free, have artificial intelligence do it. And from there, create a whole 5-year, 10-year plan for them, and then create a little plan for them to help them bounce their revenue up 10, 20, or 30%. That is something that you can do, and that's completely free. But you have to start doing it. Because even with a business, you have to track your expenses. And most businesses that I see operate do not understand their expenses. Most businesses, especially here on the continent, the money goes from hand to mouth. And all I mean by that is as soon as they get the money, they're eating it, they're spending it, they're circulating it to someone else. They're not even circulating or reinvesting it back in their business. It is crazy out here because there's so much opportunity, but a lot of people are not seeing it. And so start tracking your expenses. Once you start tracking your expenses, just like if you want to start a business, you have to track your business expenses, but you need to start doing this stuff for you first. And if you're a business owner, or if you're someone that's gotten financially free or out of debt, let people know in the comments. I'm talking about YouTube here. Let people know in the comments, did you start tracking your expenses? But were you able to just magically get out of debt, or did you start tracking your expenses? Because a lot of people need to understand, I'm not saying I'm special. I'm just giving you the rules. A lot of other people are not giving you the rules. A lot of these so-called financial consultants, a lot of these people, I'm going to help you get out of debt. No one can help you get out of debt. if you don't change your habits. I was not able to get from the place of having payday loans, car title loans, and pawned stuff until I started changing my habits. I actually earn a lot less money now with just pulling my pension every month than I was when I was working. I make a significantly less money now. A lot of people don't understand that. And so because I make significantly less money, how am I able to live a better life? My life is easily 100 times better than when I was working and making way more money than what I am now. It's because I have an understanding of my expenses. I know how to budget and I track everything. Like, and this goes, I know, like here on TikTok, I know it's not just personal people. I know I get businesses watching. Even as a business, you need to be tracking your expenses. This is how you can grow your business to the next level. If you just keep thinking like, oh, if I just need to get more inventory, are you tracking it? How much are you spending right now on inventory? How much time is inventory taking to sell out? All of these different things. Now, hold up TikTok. I'm going to end the YouTube video and then we're going to talk a little bit more because I want to give more tips around business on the outside, after this. So here on YouTube, we're about to wrap it up. If you have any questions or comments, just leave those down below. And if you want to be able to catch the behind the scenes where I'm talking more in detail, answering questions, and you have questions you want answered live, just make sure you go to TikTok and follow me at Jason Chaney 777. And there I'm usually up around 1600 to 1630 every single day. And so just remember this, I'm Jason and success is simple once you know how.